Hi everyone, welcome to our Member Spotlight series. I am super excited to be with you tonight. We are going to be talking in just a few minutes with one of our incredible members. And I'm so excited to show you her studio and tell you a little bit about her incredible makes. But before we get there, I wanted to tell you first that today is Craft Industry Alliance's 5th anniversary. So I feel like it's somebody's birthday. And if Craft Industry Alliance were my baby, which I sort of feel like it is, then maybe, she would be going to kindergarten today or something like that. So, anyway, that's kind of amazing. So happy anniversary to Craft Industry Alliance. And look who's joining us. It's
Hi,
Makeda Smith. Hey Makeda, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Thank you so much for joining us for our member spotlight.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm so excited that you could join us today. I was just saying that today is Craft Industry Alliance's 5th anniversary. So no better way to celebrate than with one of our incredible members. So yay.
Awesome.
So Makeda, you can tell us, you're a ceramic artist, and
Yes.
I would love to know a little bit about your maker journey. So if you can tell us a little bit about how you came to start making ceramics, that would be a great way to kick this off.
Okay, sure. I love to tell this story. So, have been making things my whole life, and when I went to college, I decided, okay, I want to, take a couple of art courses just for fun. And there was a boy that I thought was super cute that was going to take a ceramics class, so I totally took it so I could talk to the boy. End up not being interested in the boy at all and loving ceramics. So here I am today. I kept with it. I kept taking courses. And then I ended up getting a minor in ceramics. I stopped doing ceramics for a few years when I was getting my degree in teaching. I was getting my master's, so I put that down, and I was just kind of like, oh man, like something felt like it was just like missing from my life. I didn't really feel that creative like I wanted to be. And so I started looking at studios. And I decided to become like a studio assistant at this place, and it worked out really well. And then from then, I just kind of been blossoming into my own, just kind of like I had my first home art show. That was kind of like a big push for me. So I invited all my friends to my tiny DC apartment to go look at all my artwork. And, some of my friends bought some of my stuff. And then I started doing markets, and I did another show, a big show with me and one of my best friends. We put on an art show together, and then I've just kind of been rocking and rolling, just finding more ways to be creative and just have a good time. So that's pretty much what I'm up to.
And by day, you have a day job, and
Yes.
it's a day job that's close to my heart because it's the same day job that I used to have. So you're a teacher.
Yes, so I am a third grade inclusion teacher, so that means I'm a special educator. I've been teaching for 5 years, ever since I moved to DC. So that's what I do by day. I teach my babies, help their brains grow, and then to de-stress from all the woes of teaching virtually, I just come to my studio and I work it out. So it's my stress relief.
That's fantastic. And tell us a little bit about your process. So do you mostly do hand building, or do you mostly work on the wheel and throw, or is it a combination, or what do you like to do the most?
So I love hand building. That's what I started off doing was, just everything I wanted to make. I did a lot of sculpture work in college. So I did a lot of ceramic busts that are very big. And now my scale has kind of gone to really small to making wearables, which is really fun. But I also just bought my first wheel. Woohoo!
Wow.
And so I can also throw. So I like to throw and make balls and make, functional wear as well. So I do throw, but hand building is my one true love.
Got it. Okay, great. Yeah, I saw some of those bigger scale busts sort of earlier on in your Instagram feed. Is that what those were?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're
That's the good
beautiful.
stuff. And all that's hand built.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're incredibly impressive and different from what you're making now.
Oh, so different.
Yeah. It's amazing how like your style can change over time.
Yeah. It's
That's
fun. I think with the wearables, of course, I want to make things that people find to be beautiful and like that's more of like the dainty kind of feminine part of my personality coming out in the jewelry. But like my kind of crazy side is where like you see, you know, the big busts that look like devil heads that look scary, right? Like it looks completely different. How do I have something so cute and like, you know, I have these small little moons and then I have like this big scary like horn figure. So it's definitely like that's what I love about art is that like it can be all parts of who you are. It's not just one thing. It can be expressed in so many different ways. So definitely like you can tell my artwork back then is from a different time of like my life and like different things that I was experiencing, but it's something I still like to do. I still like to do sculptures as well.
And do you find that like the smaller pieces, the incense holders and the jewelry, things like that, they're more kind of marketable? Like it's a little bit easier to find
Yeah.
a place to sell them either online or, you know, in person at shows and that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So like the smaller like functional things um are definitely easy for people to connect to. And that's something I also really like. Connection is something that's very important to me. Being a teacher, being, you know, a family member, a big sister, like I want people to feel connected to the things that I do and also people to recognize like every person has more than one identity. So of course my sculptures are one part of my identity. Also like I want to be like, you know, dainty and have cute earrings and like feel really pretty, right? So I also wanted to make things that people will enjoy wearing and that they'll feel good in and feel happy in and want to share with other people. So that's part of the reason why the only reason why I started making wearables, which was about a year ago. So like this is not something I've always been doing. It's more of a newer thing, but I did an art show um, last November, and one of my goals was to make wearable art. So like I did a lot of headdresses. I did big headdress. I did some bangles. I did earrings. I did like a bunch of things that you could just put on your body and wear. And we had runway models modeling the ceramic gear. So it was just kind of like, okay, that's cool. And then it kind of like came into its own thing where I was like, oh, I can make things that people will use and wear every day. And I think that's a fun way to like create art. It's like, okay, it's art, but it's also functional. And like, I think people connect to that a lot more. And I wanted to make something that was accessible to people because, you know, I'm a millennial. We broke. Like we are broke people. And like a lot of my friends, they want to consume art and like want to buy things, but you know, they don't have the money to do so. So having smaller scale items makes it more accessible for people.
Absolutely. That's totally true. And I think that's where sort of art and craft meet, you know, and something that I love about craft in general
Mm-hmm.
is that it's like, it's sort of accessible art. It's art that you can wear, that you can use every day, that's
Mm-hmm.
functional and affordable sometimes. I mean, you know, so that's one of the things for me that's so appealing about craft is it sort of,
Yes.
yeah, it crosses that line, which is amazing. So, and I'm interested also in some of your earrings and wearables have gold on them. And I'm wondering
Mm-hmm.
if there's a special process involved in putting that gold glaze on because I've heard that that's like a little complicated.
Yes. So luster is how do I even say? Luster does what it wants to do. So you definitely have to wear like the special mask to ventilate because it's toxic to breathe that in. So I have to wear that and I just hand paint it on, but I also wear gloves to protect my hands. And so I don't get it on my skin and stuff because it's super toxic. And then It's a short firing. It's a cone 018 firing. Um, and it takes a few hours. Like it's not super long, but it is more like the prep of like making sure you're protected and you're in a well ventilated area, is what goes into the luster. And so instead of having two firings, I have to have three separate firings. So I have to have a bisque, the glaze, and then the luster fire afterwards.
And do you have your own kiln, or are you going to a studio to use their kiln and then coming back?
I have my own kiln and it's tiny. I have a little baby kiln that I can plug into the wall and run. So one day I will graduate to a grown-up kiln, which I can't wait for that day. But right now I have a test kiln that I use.
Okay.
It works really well.
Amazing. And do you have any samples that you wanted to show us that are on hand around you, or?
Sure. I'm wearing
Okay.
some, so I can show you my necklace
awesome.
first. But I have this little guy. It's my little sleepy eyes. But I'm gonna get up.
Okay, go grab
a few
something for us to show us, because we definitely want to see some of the beautiful things that you make.
All right, here's some little things I'm gonna grab. I have so much stuff. All right. So I'll show some of the tinier items and then some of the bigger ones. And I'll show some different stages of work.
Oh, cool.
So I made, these just came out of the bisque firing this week, but I made some
that's so pretty.
Coasters. So I made this for a friend of mine, and I'm starting to make my little holiday ornaments. Some little cute guys.
That's
a cute
gorgeous.
Little
yeah.
So it's in bisque, so I have to still glaze it one more time. I also have, I made a little incense dish. It's a little eye. And right in the middle is the little hole.
That is such a striking motif. Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
So I have that guy. I just posted this one today. This is my other little incense holder.
Incense holder, yeah.
It's tiny. And I love, so my studio mate makes candles and like smell good. So I love all the smell good things. So I am definitely into making things that go with smell good. Anything that smells nice. I started making little Russian doll jewelry dish sets.
Like nesting bowls. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're tiny little guys. But I made that for fun. Sometimes I just make things just to make things, not because I need to sell them.
Just try it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I've been making little tiny Africa pins. I haven't sold any of these at all yet, but there's something that I like making.
Oh, those are awesome, and I think those would sell super well.
Made a little rainbow pin just because I love rainbows.
Oh, I love them.
Makes me happy.
I love everything.
Yeah, so those are some of the like fun little tiny things, and then I've been working on making my fall collection. So this is one of the earrings I made.
Beautiful.
For the fall. And then I'll show you let me show you some big crazy stuff that I
did. Because we were talking about it, and they are different. I don't know, maybe you can just move the camera if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up a few things and I'm just like, so this is
right?
a giant teapot that I made. And this is in my first art show in college. See how it's like about big as me. So this is something I really love.
I love it too. What an incredible form.
And I don't even have the top on it. There's the top. This is the top that sits on the top that closes.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like a piece in itself, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
So have
and that's all hand built. That's amazing.
All hand built, yes. And this is like the whole
all together.
Shebang all together.
It needs to be on a pedestal by itself.
It really does, and I had some made, but I need to go get them.
Yeah.
I made cups to go with it.
Wow.
So I have cups, and then I have a sugar and creamer, but I'm not going to pull that down because they're heavy. And then one of my favorite pieces I made is this
Oh
hand.
my gosh. And there's the eye again. Yeah, look
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
anything with eyeballs, yeah, you're gonna see that repeated in all
That
the words that
motif
I do.
is
You're
right,
gonna
gonna
always see
reappear.
eyes. And I love
Wow.
eyes because it's the first thing I ever learned how to draw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like something so I'm Southern, so you know how Southern folks can be. My mom, you know, she says it's impolite to stare at folks. But I would always stare at people when I was a kid because when I would look at people, I would remember them and I would draw them when I was younger. So like the first thing I always notice in someone are their eyes and what they look like and the shape of them. And that's the first thing I learned how to draw very well. So that's why you'll see it on everything. Because it's just like remembering, you know, how I started just being a little kid, sketching and, you know, having a good time doing that. And like I always encourage like my students when we were in the classroom to draw a lot just because, you know, when my teacher would think I would never be paying attention, but I would just be drawing and that's how I would like internalize like what would happen or like what I was learning for the day. So there's definitely a lot of like art that's incorporated in the work. Even virtually, we've done self-portraits. We did virtual self-portraits, which was super cute, and I love it. It was super fun.
I like that.
But yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
That's a few items. I'll show you one more kind of crazy thing we made.
Yeah, awesome.
This does not fit on my head because I got a big old head, but the girl who wore it in my art show had the perfect head for it. So this is a headdress. You can't, it does not fit on my head. Is it heavy? No, it's actually not heavy. But this is, so she wore it like
it's made, it looks almost like it's made out of metal. It doesn't even look ceramic. Like it almost looks like it's iron or something.
Yeah, that's the
beautiful.
The what is it? Underglaze I use. I use underglaze, and then to get the shiny, I use clear glaze on top of it.
It's gorgeous.
One of the pieces I made. So yeah, that's just like a few of the things that I've made. I make all kinds of crazy stuff. I just go wherever my mind takes me.
Truly so versatile. Well, this has been amazing, Makeda. Thank you for the studio visit and tour. And for being a member of Craft Industry Alliance, a fairly new member.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you. And where can people go if they want to like buy some of the holiday things that you showed and just check out your stuff in general?
Oh yeah, because, you can go to my website. That's where I sell. I don't have an Etsy. It's sioceramics.com. SIO ceramics.com. And then also you can just go to my Insta. Just follow me on Instagram or on Facebook. Send me a message, comment. I love to chat, so I'm always available.
So good. Thank you so much for joining us for this Member Spotlight. Thanks everyone for coming.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Bye.